What's up, Authentic fam? Welcome back, Authentic Alphas again. Now, so we're gonna talk about John Anthony lifestyles a little bit. All right, so hopefully we'll get this done pretty quick.
Even including two trannies.
People are like, dude, that means you're gay because you fucked a dude.
People are like, dude, that means you're gay because you fucked a dude.
Man, I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Thing mid 2013. I was doing about 100 to 150 new girls a year, tracking exactly because guys are always like, oh, how's it so high? How's it? Because right now it's at 1,256, and that's like an exact count, even including two trannies. So whatever that's worth. People are like, dude, that means you're gay because you fucked a dude. And I'm like, no, it looked like a female 10. So I'm not the least bit attracted to dudes, but I'm attracted to things that look like a hot chick.
Thank you for that important part of the introduction. I feel like that's...
Yeah.
That means you're gay.
I'm definitely not trying to expose John Anthony with this confession, this dude banging confession. Because there's nothing to expose when he volunteered this information. Similar to guys trying to expose me for dancing, bartending, bouncing in gay establishments and gay venues when I volunteered this information a long time ago, mentioned it in many videos, had one video specifically talking about that environment. You can't really expose people for things that they're kind of like telling you, right? But I'm just getting back from Orlando, did the Red Man Group 21 convention, that whole organization. And leading up to it, tons of people were asking me, oh, when are you gonna respond to John Anthony lifestyles? So someone finally requested said video and sponsored it. So guys, if you pay for a topic, you pay for a subject, I'm gonna discuss it because I'm not coming from a personal interest. I'm responding to a viewer that wants to hear my take, opinion, perspective, or whatever on any given subject. So for that reason, we can finally talk about John Anthony. And I'm gonna get into it by just pointing out some of his hypocrisies, indiscrepancies, whatever you wanna call them, but the kind of saying one thing, doing another, which is very, very popular in the Red Pill community right now. It's very popular in the dating coach community. It's getting popular in the manosphere altogether. And it's part of the reason why I couldn't care less about this whole group, right? The viewers, that's one thing. The guys that want and need help, okay, that's one thing. But as far as like actually caring about these other content creators, as I meet more of them, as I'm around more of them, it's harder and harder and harder to give two shits. So that's why you're not gonna see me responding to many of these guys or commenting on them or making videos about them or critiquing them or whatever, because it's just not important. And it's really disappointing that it's so important to the viewers. It's really fucking sad, guys, that you guys care so fucking much about these losers when they're not actually giving you anything that's useful. Just keeping it real. They're not useful to the community. They're just scamming, manipulating. It's a cash grab. That's what it's become. Obviously, that's not unique to the manosphere. That's everywhere. Any area you look in society, there's gonna be people grabbing cash. So that's what's happening to this community, and it's you know, that part of it sucks that that's what, you know, people are doing, that's their agenda. But it also sucks that that's what the fuck the appetite is for. That's what the market is for. That's what these young, dumb, short attention span kids are looking for. Whoever's feelings are hurt, I don't give a shit. I tell the truth. Does it hurt my bottom line? Absolutely. But what if my bottom line is telling the truth? All right, so let's look at some of these clips involving John Anthony, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
I have like this master player uncle who's like the best natural I've ever met, and he's taught me a lot of stuff. Like, watch my video about boundaries as a man. He taught me a lot of those principles. I reference him in other videos, but he ended up getting married. He super regrets it, and we had a really long conversation about it today. He's like super envious of me and like the player life and all that stuff that he used to have. But I'll go over kind of the considerations here. But just again, to reiterate once again, as these views, like I'm putting out a video a day. Like if you guys are seeing this, I have a whole fucking list of shit. Should be motivation to like take you're like dating the girl. Like she has motivation to like take care of her physical appearance. Why? Because if she gets fat, you could leave her. If she becomes like unhygienic, you could leave her. You can like enforce boundaries and like keep her in check, because why? If she fucks up and like pulls some shit, you can leave her. Okay, you can get some other girl. There's no fucking bond. There's nothing at stake, right? But all the laws are written that once you form this marriage bond, that now the guy is in like this huge position of weakness. Assuming you didn't sign a prenuptial agreement, which, as I stated in the tactical game breakdown video, that means that it's like a legal agreement saying that if you get divorced, that she can't take half your shit.
I guess the greatest playboy of all time happens to be his uncle. And because of his influence on him, he knew from whatever point in time that marriage isn't a good deal or bet because of why. That would lead you to believe that he isn't and wouldn't get married, now wouldn't it? It would also sound like he's advising his listeners not to get married. But
give me time to realize my crime. Let me love and stay.
This is scary.
allegedly, he is married. Now, I'm not in the business of really giving a shit about other guys' lives or what they're doing or who they're dating and blah, blah, blah. Every time people have asked me about John Anthony, I've always said, listen, I don't know. I haven't met the guy in person. I don't judge people that I haven't actually met and been around, that I can't say that I have any actual experience with. Did a couple live streams with him, so what? Right? It's like people were looking for me to either vouch for him or say that he was fraud. And I'm like, listen, bro, I really don't know. But, you know, not to be a dick, but I was never convinced.
Ooh, I like her.
No, this is not true. We are not married, and she did not cheat on me. Like, so here's the thing. Like, a lot of this, like, evidence that these people have right now, they're trying to, like, smear my name and make things personal and play dirty.
And I always said, well, listen, when I get to Brazil and I see him bag women in front of me, you know, when I see him meet women that he didn't previously know and hook up with them or get good results with them or persuade them to do whatever the hell it is that he wanted them to do, then I might say, okay, this guy might actually know how to deal with women. He might actually know how to get them, which could indicate that he might be able to help guys improve on these skills. Just because one guy can get girls doesn't mean he can tell you how to get girls, okay? I do, and I can. And I say that because I've done that. I did that deal, okay? So that was always my take on him. But I was also never convinced that this Brazilian chick like really liked him, loved him, was genuinely his or whatever. It just seemed fake to me. It just seemed like an employee. It just seemed like it was the help that he hired, like it was talent. Like he just paid her to, you know, stand over here, hold this, look sexy, hold on, a little bit more cleavage, okay, stood up, okay, good, press play. That's what it looked like to me, guys. Allegedly, the word is that not only is he married to this chick, okay, which I thought was just a hired prop. I just thought she was like a model or something. I didn't really think that was his chick or she was digging him. I also kind of thought it kind of fishy, like why the heck do these so-called dating coach experts need to go to poor-ass countries to actually get or maintain a girl? You're over here telling guys in the West that you're the expert on picking up chicks, but yet you have to go somewhere where it's easy and you have a huge advantage and you can cherry pick, you know, as a Caucasian American or, you know, a Westerner or whatever. So I'm always a little suspicious when guys gotta go live in Korea and they gotta go live in Thailand and they gotta go live in Japan. You see what I'm saying? And tell you that they get girls, but you gotta go somewhere where any fucking American or Australian or Canadian can get a chick's attention because of the economical advantage that you have, right? So again, like I said, I was never sold on this Brazilian chick. And then what I was also saying was kind of fishy is like, okay, if you're such a playboy and you have such a leg count and all of that, why would you leave America to come to Brazil and then instantly settle down? Like, what? Wouldn't you be, you know, doing your man whoring out there and experimenting and seeing what the women are like in this foreign country for a while before you settle down? I don't know, just coming from someone that's been traveling since before fucking puberty, I've never gone to a new country and been like, oh, time to find a woman and settle down. The first one, I'm in love. Move in with me, please. No, bro, I'm trying to fucking enjoy the women, and maybe after finding several good ones, I might be like, any, mini, miny, mo, which one is a wife and not a hoe? Just saying. But anyhow, the word on the street is that he's married, she cheated on him, he took her back. This is who you guys are taking advice from? But the next thing that we're going to get into that's, more hypocrisy, at least how I see it, is that he's over here saying that this isn't, legitimate evidence, and that people are making it personal, and that somehow they're playing dirty. We're going to get into why I think that's a little bit of hypocrisy coming from this particular guy.
Have we all gone crazy? Is this okay? Okay. Should people be called out when they're living the, should Tyler be called out when he's living the direct opposite? Not only is he the direct opposite in real life of what he presents online, but he's actually living the complete beta loser life, except he has money because he's ripping all of you guys off. Should he be called out for that? Yes, of course. Should Todd be called out for having a baby with a below average girl? Yes, of course. Should Julian be called out for marrying an average girl? Yes, of course. Brad Branson for fucking dropping out of the game for an average girl with a masculine face and big nose? Yes, of course. Should fucking Squat and Casanova be called out for playing video games in his basement around the clock? Okay, and then breaking a whole bunch of laws. Okay, and by the way, there's a bunch of active lawsuits in progress.
Shit that he was talking about right there, like, he sounds like a real masculine dude, that like follows some type of G code, you know what I'm saying, that has some type of, manly conduct about him or something like that. Just, I don't know, it sounds like, morals and virtues and, some type of shit like that. That's what it sounds like, right? Okay, but here's the thing. The last conversation I got with this guy, okay? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and throw that in there for you guys, because some guys are wondering, why is John Anthony talking shit about you on your date? Well, John Anthony's talking shit about a lot of people at this particular time. Not that that's, something he didn't do before, but it seems like a lot of people that he used to like collaborate with or was talking about working with, seems like he's talking shit about them all of a sudden, right? Several people. I don't want to name other content creators' names. They all got their own stories. But we were supposed to do something together on my channel. Just collaborate, nothing serious, just like come on, we'll do a live stream or whatever. Because I hadn't been live streaming yet, and I will actually start this weekend live streaming, guys. So let me also make that announcement. This Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna be live streaming, trying out another co-host option. I have 3 of them right now on the table. 3 guys that are all 3 very, very interested in collaborating and being a co-host and, basically teaming up. And they all have their different values and qualities that they bring. They all have a couple of things that I'm not too thrilled about. So I'm going to be trying all 3 out to kind of see who I think is going to fit best with me as well as the channel and the direction that I'm trying to go in. So please check us out this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Support. We are trying to get at least a minimum of 100 people watching live. And I guarantee you guys, when I pick whoever I pick, it's going to be a whole different ball game moving forward. That I promise, right? And I keep my shit. You already know that. So what was I talking about? Okay, so anyhow, back to him like having issues with all these people that he like just a minute ago was trying to do stuff with. All right, he was upset with me and some other people, but I'm not, like I said, those people could tell their own story. He was trying to pressure us into like joining some type of dating coach conglomerate where a bunch of dating coaches all work together and create these programs and all this bullshit, right? But all of it was sketchy. I don't know if you've seen his infomercials. Again, they're super cringe to me, bro. It just, not only is it obvious, well, obvious to a hustler, you know what I'm saying? Obvious to a former criminal, you know what I'm saying? I've been to jail. I've been around liars and thieves before. So I get it. A lot of guys are naive as shit. A lot of guys are super gullible. And again, don't be in your feelings when I say that. It's just the truth, all right? We're living in a different time. Guys are growing up without fathers and older men and stuff to guide them. So a lot of dudes are gullible as shit. That's why we can have an OnlyFans right now. That's why we can have all these content creators scamming the shit out of people. Because we have a lot of gullible ass people. All right? So I want to be on the record for saying that. That's a reality. A lot of guys are gullible as shit. Okay? If you notice that you're getting manipulated all the time, you keep on getting tricked, you keep getting lied to, you keep getting fooled, Yeah, you're probably kind of naive. You're probably kind of gullible. Just work on it, all right? Not everybody's street smart. But anyway, when I look at John Anthony's like commercials and infomercials, I'm always like, God damn, this is cringe. This is like super fucking blatantly, obviously a scam, and he's tricking the shit out of these poor, desperate dudes that don't know how to make male friends to begin with, so they don't know when they're being tricked and fooled by another guy, and also they have no experience with women, so they're constantly getting tricked and fooled by women, and this guy's just making a buck off of it, right? That's why I say a lot of these guys are just a male version of OnlyFans. They're just taking advantage of the same market with different content. But anyhow, so you watch those commercials, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the next thing that jumps out is that not only is he trying to trick, scam, and manipulate people, but he's also showing you how intelligent he thinks you are. Whoever he's targeting that commercial to. This is very important. This is very fucking important. If you watch a McDonald's commercial and it has black people in it and they're playing hip hop and ba 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 ba, I'm loving it. Who do you think the target audience is? Yeah, dumb Negroes, simple-minded Negroes. That's who they're targeting. So when you listen to the commercial and you hear how he's talking, he's letting you know within that he is looking for stupid guys. That's who he's looking for, dummies that are gonna go for that, and that's the majority, so he's making big bucks. So last time I spoke to him, he was upset because he was trying to pressure me to join this group, which makes it very ironic that he's now attacking my expertise and trying to say that I'm disappointing and I'm a fraud, or I don't really know how to talk to women, I don't really have game. But this whole gripe is over me not wanting to work with you and link and join up with you. So if I'm this nobody, then why the fuck were you stressing me and pressuring me to come join your camp? Just like this other podcast that we're not gonna talk about, okay? Why was I there if I was dead weight? The moment I'm gone, all of a sudden you're telling everybody I'm useless and I'm dead weight. Well, then why was I there in the first place? Why did I have access in the first place? Yeah, because I was bringing value. What the fuck? So these guys are like females. When 1 minute they're trying to fuck with you, and then the next minute over here saying that you're garbage and they didn't want to play with you anyway. No, you wanted to play with me. You just weren't good enough to play with me, and you were intimidated by the fact that I'm a better player than you. And because you're making more money and getting more attention, you don't want anybody to make the comparison and say, wait a minute, so this is fake shit and this is authentic shit? All right, before I lose too many of you, that's what the issue was, is that he wanted me to like join this whole campaign and be doing whatever the fuck it is. It's like he wanted me to work for him, right? He wanted to basically use my skills and expertise, and then he be the, I don't know what you want to call it, right? The person bringing it to you, and I'm bringing you all the best dating coaches in the country or whatever. So supposedly I was supposed to be one of those best dating coaches. But now all of a sudden he's over here acting like I don't know how to talk to girls, right? So anyhow, when I said, listen, bro, I don't know what this is. I'm not interested in it. I don't want it. Then he got all upset and got all butt hurt. And then he started getting all like offended. And I didn't even go back and forth with him because I'm trying to like, just, like I said, I don't take these guys seriously anymore. I don't even get upset. Ever since I had to go to somebody's house and they wanted to pull out a gun and cower it out, I was like, all right, I can't take any of these motherfuckers serious. I already made that mistake, taking what other men say seriously, like we're fucking in the 80s and the 90s. These motherfuckers aren't real anymore, okay? Men nowadays are a bunch of women with penises. That's what they are. They talk a bunch of shit like women, okay? And they don't uphold any of the shit that come out their mouth. They ain't about that life, but they act tough. They act like they're real men, and then they're really not, right? So he was talking hella shit. I'm not gonna share receipts and the text message field or whatever. He was talking hella shit. I just was with my chick, right? You know, that I don't pay for. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not married to and hiding it. That doesn't cheat on me. Anyhow, so that I don't have to put on camera to prove to guys that I get girls. I've never had to put my woman on camera. Like, what the fuck? Work is work, okay? Home is home, niggas. Stop that shit. So anyhow, I'm just like laughing at my girl. I'm like, look at this shit, babe. She's like, this guy is super insecure. I was like, oh, you can tell? So he was telling me how much money he makes and all this other kind of shit, the numbers that they're doing. I'm like, yeah, well, I doubt you're making that much because you're a liar. But even if you were, it's because you're scamming these fucking dudes, right? Again, I don't want no parts of it. So I knew that he probably was gonna try to make some type of video. Again, I didn't really care. I'm focusing on getting out of this space and to no longer be associated with these content creators. I don't want to be in this corner of YouTube anymore at all. I don't want to be associated with Red Pill and all this other dumb shit. I never was, but people try to push me into that. I never claimed to be a dating coach. I just give guys really good advice on dating, but I'm not a dating coach. But anyway, let's look at some more people basically calling out John Anthony lifestyles. But the last thing I will say about this particular clip is it's interesting how he was talking about all the people that need to be called out. And I'm like, all right, so you got something against marriage, but supposedly you're married. You're talking about all the things you wouldn't tolerate from a wife and want to be able to just leave, but then you got a chick cheating on you and you didn't leave. But yeah, suggesting that other content creators should be called out for all these various things when there's a myriad of things that John Anthony Lifestyles could be called out about also. And we're going to get into a couple more of those before we get the hell up out of here. But I'm just having fun with this shit. And thank you for the person that paid for this shit. Appreciate you.
To be honest, Black Silver, I've never met Liz in person. I've never seen their interaction. He seemed to be in love with her. Like that's what it came off when I met him. He like, I mean, they're married. So like, that's the impression that I get, is that they are in love. But I've never met them in person. Like I'm not able to tell you whether they're like this lovey-dovey couple.
Also, Maddie, just to go off of Black Silver's question and then your answer just now, in the comment that I was referring to in the beginning of the video, you know, you kind of did say like he must love his wife very much if he's, you know, willing to take her back after she had an affair on him and kind of, you know, try to make his marriage work, so to speak.
I mean, like, it just comes off as he's a tolerant guy, right? That's all I can say, because I mean, I can tell you just by what honestly was being very genuine, that he did give me the impression of being a very tolerant guy. And that's why I think that maybe they can like patch things up. I don't think on Alex's side it's gonna lead to like, or you never know, you never know. John Anthony did say very mean things about Alex, and he went on to say very mean things about me.
Right.
But like, that's why I made my comment, like, because, you know, like, at the end of the day, it's someone who seems tolerant to me.
So a question, because I want to hear a brief synopsis of it from your point of view, though, Maddie. You were talking about kind of the drama that, you know, kind of ensued between JAL and Alex and the mean things that were said. Elaborate, if you can or will, or if there are things you can't. What mean things exactly?
I mean, like, they're public.
I know, I just want to hear.
He made some comments saying that I'm a 5 and that I'm gross. Which, to me, honestly, being a 5, if you wanted to insult me and hurt my feelings about calling me a 5, it's like, it's not an insult. Average, it's completely okay.
At the end of the day, John Anthony, you're a fucking cuck-ass bitch. Oh, sorry, continue.
I find it beta for a guy who attacks someone's woman, especially her looks. That says a lot more on Jal how he treats his women. Nadia is a ride or die type of chick. Guys are so caught up with the looks of a woman. Nadia is very supportive woman to Alex, and is not bad look herself. They're a happy couple. Alex can do whatever the F he can with his life without having a woman nagging him. I think that's legit setup.
For those of you who don't know, that's Natty. That's Alex's girl, and you know, I've met her on multiple occasions. Really good peoples. So I just want to throw that out there because this is the guy that talks about throwing, getting personal and playing dirty and all this other kind of stuff. Listen, talking about people's women and girlfriends and stuff, like, what the fuck part of the game is that? Again, that's very feminine. Trying to do something with somebody, they don't want to do it with you, and then you change your tune, that's some feminine shit. And then trying to attack people personally rather than attack the ideas or whatever the disagreement is, that's also very feminine. Girls are the ones that have an argument with you and then be like, you ugly anyway, you're short anyway, you got a little dick anyway. And that's basically what he's trying to do. It's like, oh, well, Alex's girl's a 5 anyway. It's like, why are you judging another dude's girl? What does that have to do with anything? And then the fact that she still doesn't have anything really negative to say about him other than he's basically two-faced and backstabbing, right? So anyhow, I'm just throwing that in there because for someone that's constantly talking about other people playing dirty, it seems like this whole fucking shit he's been playing so-called dirty.
Where he gave John Anthony Lifestyle, a dating coach, a face rating, right? Kind of, again, he did what I did. He just took a bunch of random people, guys from like our neck of the woods, people that we've all probably heard of or that we got asked about. Wheat Waffles decided to give John Anthony Lifestyle, a guy who claims to have slept with 1,500 women, and he also admits to a couple of them being transformers, trapezoids, you know, chicks with dicks. Wheat Waffles decided to give this guy a face rating, and he gave him, from memory, I think it was a 3.5 out of 10. Okay, Wheat Waffles said that this guy is a 3.5 out of 10. Well, he was just trying to be objective. Now, John Anthony Lifestyle saw that video, and you know what he did? You know what his response was? He doxed Wheat Waffles, like face doxed him. I think he name doxed him. Fully just pure, just, dug up his Facebook account and just straight up showed him to thousands of people, just doxed him. And why did he do it? Well, because he didn't like the video, he didn't like the fact that Wheat Waffles had given him a 3.5 out of 10.
A lot of this evidence that these people have right now, they're trying to smear my name and make things personal and play dirty.
Remember in an earlier clip when he was talking about one of these guys is breaking the law and has charges against them? I found that interesting because from what I understand, Gel, whatever the fuck, John lives in Brazil because he was wanted for some sexual misconduct or whatever of the sort or whatever, right? So he was accused of some creepy shit. Again, I'm not getting into all that. I don't really give a shit, but known it for a long time. But yet he's talking about some other guy needs to be called out because of some legal stuff, right? Now, there was something, I can't remember exactly, but I remember him complaining to me about somebody that tried to expose him about something and dock him about something. But here this guy is, here he is, doxing Wheat Waffles. So it's just a lot of emotional, feminine, girly, sissy ways of handling disagreements. And it seems like the issues that he has with guys are already some sensitive, girly, butt hurt for no reason type shit to begin with. But then the way he lashes out and handles it is very unmanly like. It's a very dudes and bros and all this other stuff that these guys try to portray. But nothing that what they're doing is of any loyalty to themselves or to other men. This is what I'm seeing. It's supposed to be the manosphere. It's supposed to be men sticking together. Every time I turn around, some other dudes are bickering and quarreling, and shit is just whack, man. It's childish at best. It's feminine at worst. It's terrible, and it's not something I want to be associated with. So I'm trying to move the hell away from this shit super fast. In the future, I probably won't even be able to accept request videos about responding to shit that these guys have said about me or other content creators. I have very little interest in it, right? I was warned, oh man, if you do the 21 convention, bro, there's so many guys that are gonna be talking shit about you and making hit pieces on you. It's I don't really care. Oh man, they're gonna bring up the gay thing. So what? It doesn't hold weight. The accusation versus the person's actions doesn't make sense. Just like a John Anthony saying, I don't have any game, yet nobody, no fucking body, has brought more females into the manosphere as guests and for free. I've never booked a chick that had to be paid to appear on a podcast or on somebody's channel. But yet I brought the most girls in. So how did I get them to come if I didn't use game? The fuck did I use to make the women come? I didn't mention how many subscribers any channel had, so it wasn't clout. All you guys jump out the window, clout. All these women care about is clout. When I was booking for that particular podcast, I booked over 200 fucking girls for that podcast without ever mentioning the name of the podcast, let alone how many subscribers it had. So the girls weren't coming on for clout. And I don't give out their Instagram and their OnlyFans and all of that. I never was doing that or promised that. The channels that did that, it was either out of a courtesy or they felt they needed to do that. The girls were never promised they would have an opportunity to get any clout or any followers. Yet I was talking girls into coming onto these shows. That takes game. The next thing is, when I was at the 21 convention, I was seen doing what I'm seen doing at any social event. I was seen there with a date, a hot date. But every time someone brought up John Anthony, they had to mention how when he was at the 21 convention, he was hooking up with some sloppy, drunk, old post-wall hag. So the woman was old, she was unattractive, and she was drunk. Godly. Sounds like a lot of desperation from John's behalf, and it sounds like a lot of default hookup. Okay? He didn't hook up because he has excellent game. He didn't hook up because he's so attractive. He didn't hook up with anything that was hard to get, difficult to get, sought after, desired. Nope. He got some sloppy, disgusting, not seconds, tenths, because she was post-wall. She's been, used up and ran through. That's what he was representing himself with. Bro, he would have been better off not hooking up at all, okay, than hooking up with something disgusting. And you're supposedly coaching guys on that, Okay? Now, let's compare that to Allende, since the game that we want to play, since he's challenging my game, which should be measured by results. Do you think I care what other guys and content creators think about my game? Or do I care what the women that I begged think about my game? The women that have done things for me and will do things for me. That's how I measure how efficient and effective my game is, guys. I don't measure it by someone with a conflict of interest says. He's another dating coach. So why would I sit here and be like, well, if John Anthony says my game is weak, I guess my game is weak because the guy that's trying to compete, to sell his bullshit said so. No, bro. Results speak. By their fruits, we shall know them. So you got a chick that you either had to pay or marry to be around you. I've been living with the same beautiful woman since before I started YouTube. All right? So I came into this with a long-term girlfriend, okay, who was attractive and sought after, desired. But when, your Donovan Sharps or whoever try to say some bullshit, it's like, yeah, but look at your chick. Okay? Compare my chick to Devin. There's nothing to talk about. Every time you see me at any of these events, I'm with a beautiful chick. All right? Subscriber celebration party, I'm with a beautiful woman. Came with one, left with two. You see me at a fitness event, with a beautiful date. See me speaking at a convention, with a beautiful date. Every time you see Allende, he's with a beautiful woman. In cities that aren't my city, okay? When I land, hey, Allende, we're sending somebody to come pick you up. Oh, hey, whoa, I'm good. I got some hot chick coming to pick me up. Oh, okay, hey, cool, bro, we'll see you when you get here. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm good. I know how to use Tinder. I'll be fine. All right? Anywhere that I go. All right, guys? Now, let's talk about this whole doxing wheat waffle shit. It was lame as hell. I am gonna still do something with wheat waffles. Like I said, guys, I'll be live streaming soon. Once I do that, I'll be able to talk to your Andrew Tates, your wheat waffles, your whoever. Whoever wants to do something, I'll be able to do that once I get to live streaming. But let's talk about one more thing.
Jal was just triggered over the low rating, and that's why he decided to dox wheat waffles. And even so, even if you don't like someone's content, it doesn't give you the right to dox them. Even if you think he is full of bravado, even if you don't like wheat waffles for the reasons stipulated, the guy didn't deserve to be doxxed. And I'm not going to lie, it really pissed me off. Like, I went from looking at John Anthony Lifestyle as just another cringy dating coach worthy of mockery to like having real contempt for what he did. Anyway, what I wanted to point out, right, is that John Anthony Lifestyle, his big gripe with wheat waffles is that wheat waffles is a liar. He misrepresents himself. He misrepresents his identity. And all I wanted to do today is point out to everyone that this guy is full of shit. And when I say full of shit, this motherfucker is buying subscribers. He's purchased over 100,000 subscribers for his YouTube channel. And what I wanted to point out to anybody, even if it's just one guy, who is paying for this guy's courses, paying for his bullshit, scammy, grifty, pickup artisty courses, I just wanted to point out to you, this guy admits that he uses verbal trickery to get into women's pants. I can prove to you right now, or at least I can point you in, the right direction, that this guy has purchased hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Don't you think that maybe that would imply that he's lying about his body count? And more accurately, he's lying to you that he can get you laid, that he can get you women. Like, if a guy's willing to lie to women to get into their pants, what makes you think he's not going to lie to you? You know what I mean?
If he's willing to lie to women to sleep with them, what the hell makes you think he's not going to lie to you to make money? All right? Facts. Now, again, if you want to do the comparison thing, I'm not lying to chicks for anything. And I'm not lying to subscribers and viewers and followers or whatever either. I'd be making a hell of a lot more money and I'd be getting a hell of a lot more pussy if lying was my thing. It's not. And I'm not even really like trying to take the high ground or, some type of virtue signaling. To be honest with you, I think it's at my disadvantage that I don't want to just say, hey, this is business. The rules are different when it comes to business. Or I'm just trying to sleep with this girl, so it's okay to lie. Like, that's more effective, guys. So I'm not judging anybody that's like dishonest or disingenuous when it comes to making money or getting pussy. I'm not. I'm just saying it's just not me. Okay? And it's not even so much a right or wrong thing, to be honest with you. I'm being honest, bro. It's just not my style. Like, I don't like feeling that way. Like, I don't like feeling like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't like lying. I don't like bullshit. And again, like I said, it's not about right and wrong. I do a lot of things that are probably technically wrong. So it's not even so much an ethical issue with me. It just ain't my motherfucking style. All right. Would it be good business wise for me to say, hey John, hey, where did you buy your subscribers from? It would be smart. You know what I'm saying? To inflate that number. It looks good for the optics, but again, it's not my style. It's just, I don't feel comfortable with it. All right? When this dude from this other fucking podcast, I can't name it anymore because they play dirty. See, all these guys play fucking dirty. That's part of why I can't even like just be honest about them and really say what it really is and what it really be and really expose them, because they will do all kind of dirty, grimy, behind the back shit. Pay this person to do this, pay this person to lie, pay some girl to say I did this to her. Next thing you know, I'm in handcuffs. Okay, and I'm not, using my imagination. This shit's already fucking happened. You guys just don't know because I can't talk about it. This has already happened. Okay, they've already tried to have me hit with a felony charge. They've already tried to take my YouTube channel down. They've already taken down my social medias. Okay, they already got bitches lying on me and saying shit happened that never fucking happened. Bitches that I've never even been in the same room with, accusing me of shit. Mind you, these are the same guys that make content about guys being falsely accused. They make content about this shit, but then they pay girls to do the same damn thing. They make content about, society silencing you and cancel culture, and then they go and have your shit taken down and removed and had your shit flagged. Same guys, right? Straight up fucking hypocrites. But yes, I've known for a while that John Anthony pays for his subscribers. I didn't say anything because for why? Okay? It's just why I didn't want to get involved with him as far as like doing business and doing stuff with him, right? But just people constantly telling me, hey, don't work with this person, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do that. And I'm like, hey, chill, relax. I'm not like invested in these people's brand and reputation like you think. I'm not trying to, be that closely related. I'm just gonna do this, take an opportunity to do my thing, represent authentic alphas, and that's it. It's not that big of a deal. But the moment that people are trying to get me to like sign up for things, then I'm like, whoa. Hey, we can collab every once in a while as two different entities, but I'm not trying to board your shit, basically. So anyhow, so that was the issue. And this is one of the things that was always in the back of my mind. Like, bro, you buy subscribers and shit. And that's one of the things, that sensibility is one of the things that made me so uncomfortable on that first podcast that I was on, is that I'm behind scenes with them. So I see all the fraudulent shit that they're willing to do. And I'm like, I don't think I should really, be a part of this particular brand, which is why I was always in the back. I was always in the back scenes, which is why people still don't know how much involvement I actually had and how much shit has my fingerprints on it, because I didn't want to necessarily get the credit for it, because I was already looking like this might not be something to be associated with later. Because people aren't going to say, hey, we got 5 guys here and 4 of them are liars, but this one guy, he's honest. Nobody's going to say that. They're going to say you're all a bunch of liars, you're all a bunch of thieves, you're all a bunch of crooks, you're all a bunch of scammers. So anyhow, guys, go check out any of these videos in their entirety. If you care that much that you want to see proof and receipts that this guy is doing all this shady shit, knock yourself out. I don't have time for it. Thank you for the special request. I don't give a shit about John Anthony lifestyles. Please don't bring it up to me again. If you got that question and you're about to type it in the comments or something, keep it to your fucking self. Real shit, guys. All right? And I'm not upset. I'm not mad. Or this is just how I talk. Like Samuel Jackson. This is just the way I talk. I really do not care. All right? I'm trying to get far the hell away from these type of content creators as possible. I feel like there's a way bigger market out there called the mainstream. And the more that I talk to people in the street in real life, is the more that I see the average person is actually ready for this shit. It just can't have the label of red pill on it. It can't have the label of manosphere on it. It can't have black pill, white pill, and all this other silly, goofy, childish shit. It can't have any of that on it. It just has to have truth on it. Okay? Truth pill. Like, what the fuck? Truth is fair. Like, okay? So I'm not trying to limit myself to some little tiny corner of YouTube. I never was. It's just the people that I came in associating with that I already got grouped in that area, okay? But once I started live streaming, I went out of my way to pick from people to work with that have nothing to do with any of this and don't even know what it is, never heard about it, okay? So these are gonna be 3 guys that I'm gonna pick one from who don't know shit about a red pill or care about a red pill, but they are interested in the truth and they are interested in helping men of all ages. If you haven't heard my speech yet for the 21 convention, go do whatever research you gotta do, or maybe I'll figure out how to drop a link or whatever, you know. I'm trying to find somebody to do all that kind of stuff. It's not my thing. No, I'm not gonna learn, guys, shut up. I'm not gonna sit there and learn that. I'm gonna outsource it to someone else. But since you're so good at Googling, go figure out how to get a hold of my speech at the 21 convention. It was fucking awesome, standing ovation, and it will help every man that is willing to listen. I picked a topic that affects all men that nobody else was gonna talk about. That was the goal, and I accomplished that, so that was great. It was my first speech, but, you know, could have fooled anyone. Everybody was like, wow, very well done. So very satisfied with that. So check it out. And the advice to give you guys is stop giving 2 shits about anything negative. Stop caring about drama, bro. That's feminine, okay? And stop thinking that when people say stuff like that they're trying to like offend or assault. That also is fucking feminine. Being all sensitive and shit when someone's just calling something what it is. All right, so when that's where your mindset is at, that you're interested in drama and 2 guys going back and forth, that's literally what reality TV designed for women is based on. Okay, he said, she said, dramatization. So if as a guy, that's what you're more interested in hearing is, oh, what did he say about him? Oh, you're gonna respond? Oh, what did he say? Ooh, prove it, where are the receipts? Oh, wow, I love drama, let me get my popcorn. That shit is whack. That shit is whack. Men spending time conversing is supposed to be about an exchange of ideas and information. That's how the world was built. The world wasn't built by motherfuckers sitting around gossiping. Oh my God, who said what? Oh my God, he said what? The fuck, man? Jesus Christ, bro. Single mothers raising men should be a fucking felony. It should be a crime. Anyhow, keep this shit authentic. I'm out of here. Peace.
You know, he certainly makes a living doing this, and I just wanted to point out to people that if he's willing to purchase subs, if he's willing to dox people, if he's willing to lie to women to get into their pants, what makes you think he's not lying to you to get your money? Now, the evidence that I have that he's purchasing subs is very straightforward. Now, it helps if you have a little bit of understanding of like YouTube metrics and Social Blade, but even a complete layman can figure this out, right? When you have no views, you get no subscribers. That makes sense, right? You're not getting any views, you're not getting any subscribers. When YouTube starts to promote your videos within the algorithm, right? Let's say it just picks one of your videos, maybe through the fact that you put out a really good video with a great thumbnail and a great title and it had good watch time and YouTube decided to pick it up and promote it within the algorithm. As that video accumulates views from non-subscribed people, your subscriber count, as it did for a while naturally on John Anthony Lifestyle's channel, you're going to gain subscribers that are commiserate. They're going to be congruous. They're going to be in harmony with your view count. If you get a video that goes viral and gets 100,000 views, you might pick up 10,000 subs, right? Anyway,